Good morning, it's Barbara. Oh, I asked Dennis what is going to be cold today. He said high of 50. Is it going to go down from here? I don't know. We'll see. But I'm inside. Good morning, it's Barbara. I'm not sure I'll be outside at all again till spring. Who knows? My hair. Thank you for joining me for coffee. It's Barbara. Did I say that? I got the hiccups already. I don't get the hiccups at other times of the day. Just when, I'm talking to you. It's our special thing. My goose with the scallion hat. This one is chipped, but I have the chip on this side, so it'll be okay. So, yesterday, I had my cardiologist appointment. I did tell them how disappointed I was that I had a cardiologist. I'm sure they love to see me coming. Anyway, driving down there, it was clear blue sky, puffy white clouds, beautiful day, and I'm thinking, oh great, because we want to go out tonight and see the aurora borealis. Come out of the doctor's office an hour later, dense clouds, not a peep of blue. I couldn't believe it. I was so disappointed. But anyway, my doctor's appointment went really pretty well. Nothing urgent, nothing worrying, but they do want me to take a stress test, which we'll tell them more. And basically, they're like, this chamber isn't resting quite as well as they would like. But there's not really anything to be done about it, and it's not terrible. It could be just, aging because you're an old lady. But they've scheduled me for a stress test, which no longer is like on the treadmill like the old fat men in the movies. Now they just put in an IV and shoot you up with stuff, and your body reacts like, And I offered to do the treadmill, and they're like, no, we don't do that anymore. This is way more accurate, more information. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm scheduled for a week from tomorrow. But I can't have any caffeine for 48 hours before that. And in fact, and I don't know where I put my folder. This is my folder. I got a folder and another blood test, not urgent. I got a whole folder, but including a lot of instructions of things I have to do and things I can't do. And one of the things is no caffeine, and that includes decaf. So do not consume caffeinated or decaffeinated beverages. No chocolate, no this, no that. Anyway, so I'm going to have a stress test week from Friday, 48 hours. So I had it scheduled for 2:30. Because number one, I do afternoon things because I try not to go do things in the morning, although Dennis and I are going to go meet Dennis's brother Gary in a few minutes. But I also thought that meant that, so this is Friday afternoon, that meant Wednesday morning I can have my coffee with you guys, and then I can't have any coffee or tea until after I get back from my stress test. Or maybe I'll drive through Dunkin' on the way home. Get my coffee. So, but other than that, they're not, my cholesterol's a little high. They're like, I don't know. I'm like, nah. My blood pressure was 3 different blood pressures. They took it 3 times. And, you know, so they're going to keep an eye on my blood pressure, keep an eye on my cholesterol, blah, 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 blah. But meanwhile, you know, basically the thing that I went in there, because it says abnormal, they're like, yeah, there's not really anything to be done about that. I'm like, okay, works for me. And the thing is, I've never had an echocardiogram before, so it could have been like this forever. Or it could be from COVID, because I got COVID, remember? So, yeah. So basically what they're doing is they're doing like a full workup, and it'll be my baseline. And apparently they think I have a cardiologist now, and so I'll go every couple of years and they'll see if anything's changed. So it was very good news. In other words, they're not worried, and it's probably just, you know, me being 71 years old. What are you going to do? There's no getting away from that. As much as I would like to, or as much as my brain takes me away from that, you know. See, now I can't even remember if I've said this to you. I know I've said it to Allison and whatever, but it's like when my mom, I'm sure I told you this. Oh my God. When I visit my mom and we start talking and I tell her how old she was, she's like, no, she was shocked. She was shocked at her age. Now, she had dementia. She couldn't remember how old she was, but every time I told her, she was shocked. She couldn't believe it. That's how I feel when I think about my age. So I'm hoping that's not like the first sign of dementia, but you never know. So anyway, so I get in my car in this cloudy, dreary day. I mean, it felt like snow. You know, it was that cold, damp. Felt a little bit like snow. And I went to the bank, and I went to the grocery store, you know. So that whole scenario, my out and about for 2.5, 3 hours, was my little thing I was going to do every day. That was what I did yesterday. And but I got home late, so I didn't walk the dogs, and you know, we just went into our evening routine. But as the afternoon progressed again, it got clearer and clearer, and Dennis is like, looking like we're gonna, you know, not have so many clouds tonight. I'm very excited because we wanted to see the aurora. Even though we're very south for it. So he figured out a good place to go. We have a lake not very far from our house. It's a recreational lake. I mean, it's a lake, but actually it's man-made, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a man-made lake, a marsh creek. Dennis came down. Pearl wants him to play. He'll play with her, but now the game is keep away. There are many games in the repertoire of that giraffe, and that was keep away. So anyway, so Dennis thought if we, you know, went to sort of a high side of this, along this lake, that would give us a view up to the northern sky. So, and it's, you know, 3 miles from our house, so not even. So we went up there, and we pull in, and there are a whole stack of cars all parked along this road. We weren't the only one that thought this would be a good spot. So we pull in, you know, and we try to get the lights off in the car because the lights going in the inside and outside, and we stand outside for a while. And I'm like, well, we don't have to be outside. And nobody else was outside except the one guy who was smoking a cigarette. So we got back in the car and sat there for a few minutes, but there was nothing in the northern sky. This was about 8:30. So we're like, well, there's nothing going on now. Why don't we go home and come back later? So, and you know, we can look on the internet and see what they think, you know. So we did that, and they said that the best viewing would be between 10 and 2. And so we decided to go later. So anyway, yeah, and so we waited, and it was like 10, quarter to 11, and I'm like, how about now? And Dad is, no, we'll wait till midnight. I'm like, okay, we'll wait till midnight. I don't know, something about last night, it just felt like, you know, the whole night it felt later than it was. It was like the night was going slowly, which is very weird, because that's not typical. We're very squeaky here. So anyway, we waited till midnight. We went back, and lo and behold, we were the only ones there at midnight. We were there, and we were there for a little while, but there was no aurora, unfortunately. We were very disappointed. And it was very clear sky, so we're too far south. We're too far south, and it's possible, something I read thought tonight might be good, so we might try it again, but I'm not sure. So anyway, that was yesterday. we tried, but it didn't work for us. I hope other people got to see it. Carol posted a beautiful picture that her daughter Amanda took in Edmonton. That was amazing, and yeah, it's a very photogenic sky if it, you know, if you see it. So I've only seen an aurora a couple times in my life. We're too far south. Dennis and I have this idea that someday we're going to go to Iceland in the middle of the winter just to look at the sky.
And the lights in the house.
And the lights on the houses and stuff, like go like right after Christmas, like between Christmas and New Year's, you know, that kind of time frame where everything's still decorated for the holiday and the sky, you know. So I just can't picture us going away over Christmas. You know, people go on a holiday over Christmas, but we have family that we want to spend time with, and so yeah. So anyway, we might have to do an Aurora Borealis trip, just, you know, once we get a chance to travel again. So anyway, so we are off to have lunch with Dennis's brother Gary, and we haven't seen him, have spent very much time with him lately. You know, the last time I saw him, I guess, was at Fieldstone when I was there when he visited his mom, and so it'll be good to talk to him. Don't really have an opportunity to sit, and just 1-on-2, because Dennis and I are both going. So just, you know, just the three of us. Usually there's other people around, and, you know, he's bringing his girls with their kids, and, you know, so it'll be nice to just sit and visit. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to upload this video today. Today my one thing is, well, Dennis has, I was joking but not joking yesterday when I said Dennis is trying to get his stuff out of the dining room real quick, and then he can say, nanny, nanny, boo, boo, it's all your stuff. He's really doing that. I'll show you the dining room, and then I'll go. Hold on. I know it's hard to believe that this is clean and cleaner. He's not done, because a lot of this stuff over here, not the spinning wheel, obviously, but a lot of this stuff over here is his. But he has a tendency to keep boxes when he buys stuff, and, you know, so that's that. We have piles of papers from his mom. But a lot of this stuff is, you know, is it mine? Well, technically maybe not mine. I mean, this is from last December. I haven't done anything with, you know, I mean, that's how things lay around in this house. So I am going to pick a corner or a pile or a box and start working on this room, because I suddenly have this idea that we might be able to have our Thanksgiving dinner in here. I know, hard to believe, right? I mean, there are my Christmas centerpieces right here. They're all dusty. One thing I am going to do, and I have to do before Thanksgiving, is I'm going to take my Christmas tree down, and I can go dust it outside and then put it back up. And then the girls and I are going to decorate it on Thanksgiving, because it never got decorated. I know that sounds crazy. It was up, and I never got my decorations on. The only decorations on it now for the whole year have been the ones that I got from Megan. Yeah, crazy. Anyway, so this is my next project. It won't surprise you to hear that there will be some things that we can't permanently process before Thanksgiving that might temporarily be moved into Dennis's office, and then moved back. But I am really thinking I would like to have Thanksgiving in the dining room. Yeah, I mean, we only use it 2 days a year, except for storage. Or one of these days, I'm going to spread all my watercolor stuff on the table. We're going to have to eat our dinner there, except we eat in our chairs. Anyway, it'll be a little incentive for me to do something, and it will feel really good to have the dining room in a better condition, because that kind of mess really does, cleaning that, not having that mess is really good for my mental health. I'm just really loving having nothing in my foyer. So I need to work on that. It's good for my mental health. It's good for my, Nobody cares about the dining room but me. But if it helps me, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm just rambling now. I'm going to go. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay sane. Oh, and Saturday is our Zoom.